Hi everyone, it's Stephanie from Chosen Weed Farm. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're talking about sweet potatoes and how I planted sweet potatoes about 4 or 5 years ago one time, and I've never had to plant them again. I know it sounds crazy, but that's kind of the goal here, is to to have most things planted once and it takes care of itself. So I'm going to show you how I do that, and we're going to talk through that, and you guys can do it too. So make sure you pick an area in your garden where you can plant the sweet potato. They're going to spread everywhere. They are a vine. There's bunching sweet potatoes and there's vining sweet potatoes. I have the vining ones, and they are going to kind of take over an area, which I don't care if that happens. In fact, I want it to happen because it acts as a ground cover, which keeps the weeds down once the sweet potatoes are in. Last year I harvested probably about 100 pounds of sweet potatoes, and it's April, and I harvested in November of last year, and now it's April, and I haven't eaten them all. So anyway, so this is the patch where the sweet potatoes grow. I'm not quite sure of the size of it. It's fairly large. The sweet potatoes will take over this whole area. And so the green beans are here right now, and once the green beans are done, the sweet potatoes will allow the sweet potatoes to come up. So you can already see some sweet potatoes coming up. All right. And they'll take over this whole area. They grow underground, and how I started was with a few slips. Now, if you've ever taken your sweet potato tuber, and put it in the water and it started to sprout, and you got the greens from those eyes, then you know what a slip is. And so I would pop off those slips and stick them in the ground, make sure they're watered, and that's how I started my sweet potato patch. And then when I dig them up in the fall, some are left. I don't get them all, or I purposely leave some underground, and I put all the vines on top as mulch, and put some chicken poo and some goat poo on top of that. It all compost, and then by the time spring comes around, it starts up again, and I haven't had to plant before again, basically. And so about this year I probably got 100 pounds of sweet potatoes. I'm still eating them. Now, sweet potatoes have a long growing season. They start now. It's April. I'm not going to harvest until about November. Now, that's for me in Southeast Texas, because it stays so warm for so long. If you're elsewhere, you're going to have to figure in when your first frost is in the fall. So you're going to plant your slip when the last frost is, and then you're going to harvest before your first frost, because they don't like the cold, and they'll start to rot in the ground. Once the greens die, they start to rot in the ground. So you want about 120 days. You can start your slips, in January, and I will, I have a post. I'll post that with this, and to tell you how I started my slips several years ago. All right, so I have several spots in, we're going to walk over here, several spots where sweet potatoes have come up, and honestly, there's spots where I didn't even plant them, and it just was probably in the compost. So I have sweet potatoes here. I never actually planted here. It was just, I put compost in there, and there was probably a sweet potato in the compost, and it'll take over this area. So right now I have some zucchini coming up right now, and then the sweet potato will take over this area as well pretty quickly. If we get some good rain, they'll just start going and going. Like I said, I like that. It acts as a ground cover. I can eat the greens of the sweet potato. Didn't know if you guys knew that or not. So you can eat the greens during the growing season, so you have greens all summer long, and then in the fall you can have the tuber. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know. And that's how I planted sweet potatoes one time, and don't ever have to do it again. For more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the email list at www.thechosenweeds.com, and make sure you like this video and make a comment. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.